and welcome to Who Dares Rolls TV. I am your host, Mike B. As it's Friday, let's review the shit out of some games. We're going to be reviewing not one, not two, but three games from Yay Games. And there we go. That's what we're going to be doing today. So what we're going to do, let's break it down. So first up on the review agenda is Ominoes from Yay Games. Published a couple of years ago, designer Andrew Harmon. It is an abstract strategy game using dice on a board, and you're placing your dice on the board, and you're trying to make a set of four dice to score the points. Four or more, score the points. First player to some points will win. Mike will give us a closer rundown on the game right about now. So we start the game by seeding the board with two Ominoes of our colour. So red and blue are playing at the moment in this. So blue's obviously pot theirs down there, red's pot theirs there. Then each player rolls a dice and we seed the board wherever we like with those dice. Blue's going to put it there. And then we're off to the races. Now, each one of these dice has got a symbol on it. It's got the different colours, the blue, the red, the yellow, and the green. And it also has these two black symbols on there. So there's Omnitep. That's it. So when this guy's rolled, then you pick any dice on the board and re-roll it and put it straight back down where it was. As luck would have it, this one here is Yay Ra. If we get Yay Ra is moved, we're allowed to move a existing dice. Now, movement on the game. Every dice, or every turn, well, we'll show you. Let me go through it. So on your turn, you're going to roll a dice, and then if there is a colour of that already on the board, you have to move that first. So you have to move it a maximum or minimum of 3. And they have to be around here. This area is a dead zone. You can't move and do it. You can't backtrack on yourself, and you have to make the full 3 moves. So whatever you're going to do, they're going to move over there. What we're looking ideally to do is make a set of 4 or more Ominoes of the same colour, and then you will score them. 1 point for each one you score. These count as wild, so if they are part of that, then we would score those 4 that way, and that's how that would work. What you then do, once you've rolled your dice and you've moved you place your dice you've rolled down, and we'll put it there. Now, in the 2-player game, both sides can score the wild colours, the green and the yellow. In a 4-player game, obviously, you're going to be scoring your own colours. And so the game continues. Oh, there we go. That will allow me to move. So I can move any dice. So what I could do is 1, 2, 3, move that dice, waft that down there, score 4 points. I'm off to the races. And so on and so forth. That's pretty much how it works. Move, place, score, so on and repeat. We keep going around until scores basically 13 points, and that's it. There is a double-sided board, so there's a slightly different one on that side there. Same idea, but smaller area, small play area. That's Ominoes. That's how Ominoes plays. So yeah, that's Ominoes. Brilliant stuff. Really love Ominoes. Loved it when I first played it. It's just a solid game. It could do being more portable. It's kind of a sizable box. Where's the box? So yeah, I believe there's a bagged version of this either out or coming, which rolled up mat and the dice, because that makes more sense, because it's kind of like it's not very portable, and yet the game is really easy to play. It's something that you want to be able to stick in a pocket or at a backpack or something, just to take and play. So yes, Ominoes, really solid stuff. Great components, design, very clear design on there. It is abstract, as I say, but it works very well as a filler. It's great as a start of an evening or an end of an evening job. Really love the idea, the tactics behind it. It's got some lovely take that opportunity. It's just one of those games where you just, every time it comes out, you can teach it really quickly. And you can teach it from any age group, from kids through to adults, and they grasp it, and then within seconds you've kind of got the tactics and strategy behind it, and it's just that level of random that I love with the dice roll. I love a bit of dice anyway, so it's got that abstract game, but yet it's got that rolly sort of random kind of crazy chaos mixed into there, and there's some really not deep strategies to it, but I mean there is some high class or Omino's players could play quite a match of this, but it plays to all different strengths. As I say, it works very well. The components, as I say, are absolutely solid, and as a game, as a filler game, as something you can chuck out on the table and play in like 10-15 minutes, it's a winner all the way through, all day long, and it's just infectiously enjoyable. There's some quote marks for you, but yeah, really good stuff. It's probably the high watermark in my opinion of Yay Games output. There are other stuff solid, but this is by far is a cracking game and deserves probably a much wider appeal than even it has already, and it's quite popular. You see it pop up all over the place, but it really is one of those solid evergreen titles that just deserves to just keep on coming to tables and being played. It's a cracker. Can't fault it. There we go. So there we go. There's Omino's, the first of our triple header. So Omino's Hieroglyphs. So yes, it's kind of the next sort of stage up from Omino's. It's a toe laying game. So you're a bit more strategy, a bit more deeper. Essentially what you're doing is you're looking to lay tiles down. You start with a hand of 5 tiles and you're building a pyramid. Every time you successfully score 4 or more tiles in a row, then you get these little tokens, blessing tokens, and you can use them to cash in to buy parts of your pyramid. Every set of 4 of those is worth 1 pyramid structure, and then you put a blessing on top of it to complete that. Build your 4 pyramid bits, put the bit on top once you got the blessings on there, and then the final bit on top of that, and you're done. Game over. And that's how it works. So you're essentially laying tiles. The cool thing what happens is, as you're laying tiles, if you score a set of 4, they flip, which is a possibility. Then you could also score a second time. If they do score a second time, then the tiles are removed legally, so you're not breaking the pattern, but essentially they come off the board, and then people are laying, and that's it. It's rinse, repeat, essentially. The only other quirk on that is there is auto tiles that you have your own and other players on there, which also dish out extra blessing tokens when they're included in the scoring tiles. They never get removed though, they stay there permanently. And also you've got 1 counter each of your type that you can use to grab and snatch one of these auto tiles, so you also get a payout if it's someone else's auto tile. And that's pretty much Omino's Hieroglyphs. It's, as I say, it's a much more thinky game as opposed to Omino's, a bit more tactical, and I've always enjoyed it. It can be a fast, loose game. The danger of Omino's Hieroglyphs is if you're going to play with people AP prone or people going to overthink things, okay, it's better played fast and loose. If you're playing with people that are going to kind of cogitate their navel, which you can do because you've got 5 tiles in front of you, you can see both sides of the tiles. There is a deeper strategic play that could be put use there if you're looking to maximise your score, which is all fun and games for the person doing it, not for everyone else sat there. So you move along. Timers, always a good idea maybe, or just don't play with those people. Put them in the corner and leave them alone with a crossword. No one wants to be sat there staring at someone going, not much fun. So that's the only real letdown with Hieroglyphs, is it can be prone to a bit of AP, and if you're playing with people all prone to boring your tits off, then that will probably happen. There's also a variant that play a more strategic game which allows you to cash in more stuff to move tiles and move stuff around. Never really played a lot of it because I quite enjoyed just the base game of it, but there is another option there for you to play. So there you go, Omino's Hieroglyphs. It's a solid beast. It's a nice it's that nice level of just thinky burn, without being too much. So if you're looking for something, in that King Domino realms, and if you've enjoyed Omino's, obviously all this iconography and all that is all the same. Component quality is pretty damn good. Nice solid tiles, it's all good there. Graphic design is clear and precise, gets you to the point, and it's a good bit of fun. I prefer Omino's still. Hieroglyphs is a different beast, but if you're looking for, as I say, for that sort of upgrade on the Omino's game, then it's more or less the feel of that sort of game, but just a different game. That's just not the feel of it at all. It's a completely different game. What am I talking about? I'm raving like a madman. But yeah, if you enjoyed Omino's, give Hieroglyphs a shot because it's a cracking game, and cheap and cheerful, and it's, you know, 10-20 minutes on the table. Lovely. There you go. And now we should move on to the third part of this three-part review. Third on our Yay Games epic review list is Snagit. Snagit, which is their new game that's coming out. It's going to be at the UK Games Expo in some limited quantities, I believe, before it goes to Kickstarter later in the year. So, what is Snagit? Well, to quote the big man himself, it is a speed reaction game with a whisker of bluff. Yes, think a bit of Dobble mixed with code names. But let me go a little bit further into that. So what you've essentially got is a deck of cards, and most of the cards are animal cards. They will just show an animal, they will show a couple of icons on there. One, the environment the animal was found in, and how it moves. The second set of cards, the smaller deck, is blue challenge cards, and they will essentially be used in combination with the animals. So you have a spray of cards at the a tableau of cards at the start of the game, and what you do is you turn over the top animal card, Snagit card, that will give you an animal, an environment, and a type, and then you turn over on the challenge cards, and normally the challenge cards are match cards. They will either be find animals of this type so that match the cards you've pulled, or they might be find the opposite to that, and that's essentially what it comes down to then, is you have one hand and you're snatching cards off the table. Every card you snatch correctly is worth a point. Snatch the wrong ones and you have to give it back, and you're going to lose one of your already snatched cards. And then, so that's that. And then the second set of cards are the Callout Cards, which actually is kind of the cooler mechanism in this game, the cooler bit of the game. The Callout Cards will come with either the biggest or smallest or some on a proclamation of something, and what you need to do then is take the cards that relate to what you say is the biggest. So depending on what's on the table, you might grab an elephant because you would say the elephant is the biggest creature on the table, and if you can suitably bluff or talk your way into that situation, then you will get those cards. You can do it in any combination. So they're the two types of games. There's only a few of the challenge of each ones, but that's how the game functions and how it works. It's pretty quick. You can teach it to anyone. Kids can play it. Adults can play it. Simple. So, critique-wise, in regards to Snagit, it is fun. It's a great deal of fun. It's quite enjoyable. The thing I found, the two things, actually, the more fun we had was out of the actual the shout-out cards, the ones that you're announcing stuff, because as would be expected, we digressed into filthy territory of a matching bollock size of animals. So, the lemur has ginormous testicles as opposed to snake, which has minute testicles. That's kind of the way our games digressed, and actually there was quite a lot of fun to be had with that. The matching side of stuff, it works to say like a bit more of an accelerated version of Dobble. Essentially you're matching cards and snatching, which works really well with kids. Some people may not get on so well with the Callout Cards because it's requiring a bit more of a social interaction, a bit more oomph, and it could fall flat, or it could actually go very well depending with the group. Critiques of the whole thing, it is fun. It's light, it's fun, it's quick, you can teach it very quickly, you get blasting, and that's it. As I said, almost the earlier version of the game, the matching game, is fairly simplistic. So it is frantic. It can get a bit everyone throwing and grabbing, snatching cards, snagging cards, as it were. And that was, it is fun. It is limited in what it's going to do, but if that's what you're looking for, that is it. It's like a upscale Dobbit. As I say, the Callout Cards were more fun, but there's not many of them. That's my big critique at the challenge cards. There is very few in that deck. Granted, there's not a massive deck of animals, so you're going to kind of only cycle through it a couple of times, and once the deck's run out, it's game over. But it almost feels that actually the stronger gameplay and the stuff is in those challenge deck, and more importantly the Callout Cards, and maybe some more variety could have been in there to add a little bit more spice to proceedings, different ways, just changing up the game a little bit more, or the option of a red challenge set, maybe of the advanced things, which just mixed up proceedings a bit more. Aside from that, graphic, the art and design, I mean, everything is functional. As with Yay Games, it has that kind of charming homemade feel to it. This is the one of their games that I will feel, though, is let down a little bit by the graphic design on it. It kind of It feels it's a game that really, if it had been given a bit of a snazzier makeover, maybe, I don't know, maybe not animals, I don't know what it could have been, but just something a little bit more cartoony, maybe a bit more garish, a bit more colourful, a bit more crazy wild, because that's kind of the game it is. It's a crazy wild, crazy guy sort of game. It would have worked better with a theme. As it stands, it's okay. It's kind of sub-terraforming Mars level of kind of art and design. I'm deliberately baiting you there, but yeah, it's okay. It feels a little bit let down on the aesthetic side of it. The card quality and all that's fine, but yeah, just it doesn't kind of shout at you off the table. It doesn't kind of like, whoa. It kind of looks like a bit, yeah, it's okay. So that's Snagit. Snagit's actually, gameplay-wise, absolutely solid, really good fun, as we expect from Yay Games. As I said, for me personally, aesthetically, it's a little bit flat. Okay, could have done with something else. It needs that kind of, it needs a bit more fun injected into what's going on. But you know, give it a try. If you're at the UK Games Expo this year, you better give it a blast. And if it's there, give it a shot, because actually it's infectiously fun. It is good entertainment, especially for the kids. If you're young uns at home, then they would lap it up. And as I said, there's no reason why you can't adapt that challenge deck to what you want. Hopefully, we might see extra challenge cards at some point down the road. Maybe mixing up the gameplay, because there's definite opportunities there for that, and it could be built upon what you initially started with. But yeah, there you go. That is the free Yay Games. As I say, not ordering them in a specific order, but Omino's is definitely a firm, solid favourite. Love Omino's. Hieroglyphs, as I said, it's a bit more of a challenging prospect, but if you're looking for a deeper strategic play, then you can't go further wrong with that. And if you're just looking for a light bit of fun, especially with the kids, then Snagit absolutely fills and ticks all those boxes. Yes, I've been Mike B. This is Who Des Rolls TV, and until next time, play games more. This is always awkward at the end, isn't it? All right, I'm off.